Hello Go players, welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to review this Go Magic video of how to attack and defend the enormously big super giant extra large royal knight move. Awesome name. What he means is that how to defend this shape. I think I will just call it super large knight move. I think super large knight move is the name of this move. And if you are new to me or new to the channel, I'm a high down player that could achieve Force 9 down, and my channel generally produce more deep explanation content for down players, but my channel also have some kill players. And today, this video is the first time I'm trying to review other people's video, and today I will review this Go Magic video. The Go Magic channel is one of the greatest Go channel in the English community, and this channel generally produce more kill level content. I have checked this video and I think I could add a lot of information for viewers. So the Go Magic video is mainly made for kill players, and many content are not very deep enough, maybe somewhat not very accurate in a high level standard. So I will try to deepen the understand to this video, and no matter you are kill level or down level, you may learn something more. So let's begin the video.
If you want to play it really safe, you better think of this as an extension. Or this one, a diagonal move. I'm just kidding, but this is a great shape. It can never be invaded, and it can only be captured as a whole. But quite seriously, this is a very solid shape. Or maybe this one, very difficult to invade. But as soon as there's a distance of at least 3 spaces between your stones, like this, you can be sure that somebody's going to plug a stone right inside and try to invade it. And it's not really a problem. You just have to know that it's going to happen, and you got to be prepared for this. So in this lesson, I'm going to talk about this specific shape. We're going to talk about Dai Dai Gema.
Dai Dai Gema is Japanese. Dai is the kanji means large or big, and Dai Dai means double large. And the Japanese word Kema is standing for the knight move. In China and Korea and Japan, they have their own version of chess. And Kema is the knight in Japanese chess, which named as shogi.
And why am I giving you a Japanese word for this, and such a useless one at that? To answer this question, we have to go back and have a very short Japanese terminology lesson. Now, this shape is known as Keima in Japanese. Keima means a knight's move. The second character actually means a horse. But when you make it like this, it becomes bigger, and it turns into Ogema. O meaning big in Japanese. A large knight's move. But what about this one? This has got to be even bigger. And this is Dai Dai Gema, meaning the super big, extra large knight's move. Now, do you see a problem with this? With me saying extra large knight's move all the time? That's 4 words. So Dai Dai Gema it is. Before I show you invasions here, let's turn this into an actual game position.
In Chinese, it's called something similar. In Chinese, we call it Keima as 小飞. We call this as a 小飞. That means a small flying move. And this is 大飞, a large flying move. And lastly, we call this 超大飞, a super large flying move. Something similar to the Japanese. And
this is a game between 2 Q players. It looks like Kobayashi opening was played, and at this point, White decided to invade into our Dai Dai Gema. And notice that even now, White doesn't really have to invade. For example, White has a choice of playing something like this to play for the upper side, or maybe even something like this to make it grow, or maybe even kick this stone to keep the corner and give up this territory. But in the game, White played an invasion. And by the way, what's the proper invasion point here? I've seen a lot of beginners play this move, and this can go right into the...
Okay, so let's get to this position first. So although he stated that this is a Q level game, but I think it's a very solid opening, and even down level, or I won't be surprised that if a professional player have played this position, because they are all very solid Joseki shape. Let's try to get the same position. star, and then Komoku, and this should be star, and then it's Koyabashi opening, and then white play knight move, black diagonal move, white 2-space extension, and black played a 3-3 invasion. Is the Joseki, and white played a knight move and finished a Joseki. And then black played a Atari and extension, also a very common shape after this Joseki. Now white played a 2-space extension. It's a very good move, it's a balanced move to strengthen this group. So at this moment, it's black turn. Black played it here. It's also a very normal move, I don't think it's problematic. And he mentioned that at this moment, white could consider something expansion like point A or B, or white could also consider playing the kick or to defend the corner. By the way, if you want to defend the corner, I would say playing a jump would be a better choice, because after you're playing the kick, you get a center. However, the 3-3 is still something very annoying for white's corner. And this exchange helped the whites to strengthen the corner for a bit, but also helped the black to strengthen the edge, as whites could consider playing the invasion now. So I think either whites consider playing invasion directly, otherwise I think it is more sensible for whites to play a simple corner enclosure. This corner enclosure is very common in top players' game. You will always find some top players playing a jump here, and then black responds with a jump to expand, trying to compete with white's territories with black moyo. It's a very common shape here. And I would say A, B, C, D is the 4 choices. I think kick is not as good as jump in terms of defending the corner. And for the upper edge expansion, I think it is a bit difficult to consider at the moment, because the point is that there is a door opened here. Black can get inside the edge with this extension. So if white consider to spend a move to expand this edge, black may play something like the invasion, and now A and B become a miai. A jump and a 2-space extension become a miai. For example, if white block, black could get a 2-space extension to get a base. And if white try to attack in this way, black may even jump into the center and play some counter attack to this group. As a result, it's hard to determine is the time to play an expansion now. It may be, I think playing this invasion is very sensible, making a lot of sense, as white could not play a move to surround all the territories on the edge due to this C18. Okay, so he mentioned that there is a very common mistake that made by Q player, that they tried to invade by this move, and this would be a bad move because after black attach, you don't have the next move. You cannot destroy black territory, and white stone is not working. He did show the example here.
Glorious collection of typical mistakes, because this move, even though it looks like an invasion, but it doesn't work, because black can simply connect like this, and the black stones can be separated after this. If white tries to cut, black will cut. Now Atari, black will descend, and now if white goes here, black will Atari, and then capture the stones, and if white connects, black will connect in the second line as well. All of black's stones are connected, white got nothing. So this exchange only helps black solidify the bottom area. White shouldn't play like this. If white wants to invade, then this is the move.
Okay, by the way, this invasion is actually common and useful in one occasion, which is when whites have one more stone here. When whites have one more stone here, whites will decide to play this invasion. The reason is that if black played the attach, then white could cut off the black. Now, with this stone supporting the fight, white could divide the black. The reason why the high invasion is a move is because when white have this move, white don't play the high invasion but play the low invasion. Then the consequence is that black could simply cover the white, and white may not divide the black to start a fight. So when white have one more supporting stone here, then the high invasion is a move. And just now, I think he wanted to avoid complicated stuff, so he avoided one variation here. He avoided that after black played the Atari, white tried to play some counter attack. Here, white have a counter attack idea. If black play the band, white connect, black play the band, then this is, it may even capture it, yeah. Could even capture this. So after this variation, white play here, black extend, white play this one, black extend, white have no merger to capture the black. If white don't play the Atari but playing this Atari, then this sacrifice, after this sacrifice, black do not need to capture now. And in this exchange, white solidify the corner, but black solidify the edge. This edge is too thick, and black get a center to expand. Black is much better. Comparing, whites do not play this one, but playing a simple corner enclosure. Even black play one more move. Black is still not that solid. White could still consider to invade black territory. So, just now I demonstrated this variation turned out to be a failure. After all, you allowed opponents to capture a stone on the air, usually could not result to any good variation. If white could capture the black stone, then I think white may consider that. But after some calculation, we find out that white simply could not capture these two black stones. If white connects, by the way, the Tetsuji here is not playing the band. Playing the band, white will play the claim, although it's still better for black, but black have a Tetsuji of this diagonal move. Okay. Let's continue the video.
And these points, A and B, are like mi for this position. If white plays one of them, black should take the other. So in the game, white invaded like this, correctly. And the next question is, how should black respond? Some smarty pants out there might be thinking about this move, trying to keep the white stone inside and take the whole thing. But we don't need that kind of complications here. There could be an astronomical number of variations after this move. So for example, white is not going even to push like this and allow black to block, even though this might be possible, but white will probably attach here. And then when black responds, white can play like this, and this could be a ko if white has many ko threats, or white could play a double hane like this, or white can cut. And there's no way for black to keep the whole territory after this. Who needs that kind of confusion here? Okay, let's go back. I'm tired of waving my...
Because in this video, he is trying to focus on the variation after the attach, so he tried to discuss less about the diagonal move. So basically, the problem of the diagonal move here is that you cannot catch this white stone anyway. as you cannot catch this white stone anyway, may not get either influence or territories for black. Here he showed some variation. For example, white play the attach and double harnett, black connect, white play a tiger mouth, black block, and then white make a live shape and harnett. After that, white got one eye here and another eye here, so white is a live shape. While for black did not achieve much by blocking the white. Black influence is filled with these two cutting points. As a result, this result may not be very good for black. Here, for example, black could actually consider something like this. Let's suppose white jump to prevent black to play the diagonal move in the next move. Then white jump. Black may actually leave the corner by the attach or even with a 3-3 invasion. What I mean is that if black key idea is to defend the territories here, then playing the diagonal move could not achieve anything. Black could not achieve anything by trying to block the whites to escape to the center. As a result, the diagonal move may be a bit soft. We will use the diagonal move when white could not try to get out on the right hand side. For example, if black has one more stone here, then in this case, the diagonal move would be a very good choice trying to block and capture the white stone. But if black could not capture the white stone anyway, then maybe the blockage of this diagonal move is not a good option. But this is just a theory. Indeed, the variation he just discussed are very interesting to investigate. For example, he mentioned that maybe white can start a call. This is an interesting call because even after black win the call, white may connect. And this two black stone is still being cut off. So actually I think it is a very good option for white to play. White just trying to get out. Even if the call is not favorable for white and white decided to connect, this may be considerable somehow. I think this may be considerable. I'm not saying that it must be better for white, because black could now try to activate the stone here, but I think this is considerable. White playing the attach and tiger mouth trying to divide the black stones. Here, this is one way that white could play and it's a simple way to advance to the center. And if black here try to block, if white play Atari and Atari, then this become an exchange. Maybe it's still better for white. I think it's better for white. For example, if this is the actual variation, then I think white would be much better. Because these two black stones is captured in a very huge way. And apart from the Atari this way, white could consider Atari this way or the Harnett this way. They are both considerable. If Atari this way, then there would be a complicated fight. Because after the cut and extend this the Tetsuji, in the next move black may play the ladder if the ladder is good for black. If the ladder is not good for black, then white could capture this 3 black stone. Black is not very okay. Although black could play a net. But white capture these 3 white stones should be much better. If the ladder is good for black, then after black play this extension, white could only extend. And then black could capture these 2 white stones. While white may play the Harnett and black jump out. very complicated fight, but this time, due to the very bad shape for white, probably black is better. If the ladder just now is not good. In this game, the ladder is actually better. So if black play a double Hane here, white could simply use this method to capture these two black stones. And if the ladder is not good for white, white may consider playing a Hane. A Hane, in the next move, black could play a double Atari, so black probably need to connect. After the connect, be careful. If white play the extension, black may play something like the peep and then retreat. White connect and black also could retreat. Although probably black is not very okay in this variation. Yeah, after white's counter attack, probably white is not very okay. Then maybe white playing the extension is a move. But if black have more stones outside, then be careful. Be careful, black may start to play the peep and trying to attack the whole white group. In that case, white may simply play this tiger move to make an eye, and then white could live with this sequence. By the way, the Hane is an important move. If white don't play the Hane, then black could play the Atari and diagonal move. The white would going to die, so white need to play the Hane, this move. Okay. So we have go through some variation after the attach and playing the tiger move. By the way, if you don't like the variation black play the Atari, because maybe if your coverage is not enough and you are forcing to connect and black could connect, then maybe you are not very satisfied with this result. Then actually you could reverse the sequence. You could play this first. If black block, then white could play the tiger move. Yeah, you can actually reverse the sequence and achieve the variation that black could not play the Atari. Now, black could not play the Atari. If black retreats, then white could play the climb. The problem of this move is that black may play the extension and secure more territories on the edge. But white also divide the black. And after the divide, maybe the diagonal move is not good. You know, because after black played one more diagonal move, it's harder for black to play a 3-3 invasion to play an exchange, because if you play the exchange, black have sacrificed one more move. This is not very favorable. Yeah. Okay, so apart from the attach, actually this diagonal move is another Tetsuji that you can learn. Just now he mentioned other Tetsuji like the double Hane, black connect. Of course, white could start a call if the call threat is enough, then it's not problematic. But if the call threat is not enough, then black could extend here. I think white shape is a bit poor. Although I think white could also leave the group easily. And by the way, if black Atari this way, then probably white is better. White could consider a lot of moves. For example, and at this moment I think white could simply play a jump. Here if black try to escape, white play a Hane, and then white play a bamboo joint. Similarly, these two black stones is being divided by white and it should not be good for black. And lastly, he mentioned this cut. After the cut, if black retreats, then white will use a Tetsuji of the Atari and push. After this push and then white play the 3-3, I think the variation should be better for white because the territories here is back. Although black also could control these two white stones and gain some territories in the center, but this 2 black stone is quite bad. If black try to escape, white could play the attach, and then Atari. The black could not escape. So after the cut, it is quite difficult for black to respond to this move. If black extend this way, then white may Atari and push, and again this will become the problem of the ladder. But even if the ladder is not good, white may advance. If the ladder is good, then black is not okay. So these are the variations after the diagonal move. There are many interesting variations here. And I think the theory is that it seems not very valuable to block the whites here. You need to play for territory. And black defending the territory and invading the 3-3 or the attach is some moves that are related to territory. While the block here is not doing a great job. Okay, let's continue.
My hand all the time. So, Mike, can we get a magic button here? Thanks. The only response I'm going to recommend to you to keep it simple is here. And now white needs to make some choices. First off, there's a very powerful move for white here next. It's definitely the most severe follow-up, but some conditions have to be met for white to play this move. So can you guess what move I'm talking about? What's the toughest move for white here? The move is, and this should be the first option that you consider, to play this wedge. Why is it so good? It's only a wedge, black and Atari next, but let's see why it's so powerful. Here's white's plan. If black Ataris from the outside, white will connect. Now, black doesn't want to get cut here, so black will pull back like this, and white will extend. Black has to extend, and white can extend again. You see, white lives at the bottom comfortably, and black still has 2 weaknesses left. Those 2 cutting points, A and B. And at some point, black will probably have to go back and protect one of them by playing here or maybe here. Next, white can simply play this and take all the points that used to belong to black. It's obvious that black can be happy about this variation. Let's go back. So what about playing Atari?
Okay, here I want to go some follow-ups. Firstly, I don't understand why he don't advise the jump after that. You cannot play the jump now. If you play the jump now, black could play something like the push and cut, and after that, this will become an exchange. Black could capture 3 white stone. So we want to play one more move. Then here the push and cut is no longer work. And so the jump is a successful move. I don't know why he don't recommend the jump earlier. Because actually, if white play here, well, if you are a Q player, then probably you won't face counter attack. But if you are a down player, you may face counter attack, like this move. You may face counter attack here. And due to the space on the edge is much more limited, now white need to get a live shape, and although it should be still better for white in this variation, as black outside is not very solid with many defects, this will be not as great as the variation he just shown. This is the best result for white. White have a very big space on the edge. And you may actually face some contact like this. And if you have 1 or 2 more stones outside, black may start the killing move. Just now I showed that black will play the retreat, because usually you cannot allow white to advance However, if black have more friends, then black may start to kill you. So you should try to enlarge your life shape as soon as possible. Otherwise, black may do something crazy, like the knight move, and then extend. Similarly, black actually may consider this kind of move, or this kind of move, to start the killing if black have more friends outside. But no matter black have this kind of friends or not, this knight move is a possible move that limits white space on the edge. And that's why white should jump earlier. Okay, let's continue the video.
From the other side, like this. And here come the two conditions that white needs to have in order to play this wedge in the first place. White will extend, and these two conditions are two letters. The first one is if black simply connects here, white should be able to ladder the stone. So this ladder should be favorable, and in this case, it is. White can capture the stone. If black is forced to connect like this invasion was a success. White captured a stone, and white's thickness is becoming stronger. The second ladder is...
Okay, here he is right. Usually, I think in many occasions, this should be a success for white. The reason is that not only white capture a stone outside is a very solid shape and the influence should worth more than some points on the edge. Another reason is that black may need to play one more move and this become a gote for black. If black don't play one more move, this move is super big. This call is super big. And it's very annoying for black. So in many cases, this exchange is better for white, but it's possible that black could satisfied with this exchange. It's totally possible that this exchange is simply satisfied for black. And in that case, white may consider other kinds of exchange. For example, white play other crazy invasion now, like this one. If white's target is to destroy black's territory. Because in this variation, black indeed could secure the territories on the edge quite easily. Although in most of the time, white's thickness should be more valuable.
Is here, Atari. White gives it up, black captures, and this ladder. And in this case, this ladder is also favorable for white. Both conditions are met, both ladders are favorable, so white should play the wedge. And by the way, the AI thinks that even if both ladders are good for white, black should choose this variation instead of building this wall with weaknesses on the outside, because that one was simply no good. And here, even though white captured the stone, black can hope to play a ladder breaker somewhere in this area, threatening some of these stones. White will be forced to capture, and black will get some profit on the right side. And one more thing here. If you're feeling adventurous, then before capturing the stone on the ladder, you can think about playing this Atari. But don't expect your opponent to connect here.
I think most advanced players will play this move. Because if you play this now, in the future, you won't be able to make this exchange. What I mean is that, for example, what he suggested is playing some ladder breaker and play an exchange. In the future, if white play the Atari, black will not connect. Black obviously will not connect. This is not an exchange that white could make any time. White could only make at this moment. And this exchange is very valuable because it destroyed black eye in center if black willing to connect. People usually will make this exchange. And let's see one more reason why this exchange is so great. Let's assume now white already have some stones here, and if white don't play the Atari and play the ladder directly, black Atari, white capture, black could play a knight move. Black could play a knight move and secure a very comfortable territories. If white could make the exchange and ladder, now black could not play the knight move because white could play the Atari. Black could only play an extension. You already see the difference. It's very huge. This exchange is a free gift if black need to connect. So in most of the cases, white will play the Atari.
If black just connects and allows you to take the stone now, this is a great exchange for white. We force black to connect, and then we still capture the stone. But you should be prepared that once you play this Atari, black is not going to connect. And black will ignore you and play in the corner, for example, hoping to get enough co-threats later to start this ko in the future. If this is something that looks like fun to you, you can try playing this Atari first. If not, you can simply go back and capture the stone like this.
I think he made some mistakes here. So, first thing, I don't know why black start the call here. Black should start the call here. There are two reasons for that. Firstly, if you start the call here, in some cases, white may give up the call, and white could still get a net. Although in the opening, black should be satisfied with this result, but it's a good habit to prevent white to get a backdoor. And so you should play Atari at the third line, not the second line, right? You should force your opponent to get to the bottom line. So I don't know why he don't play this Atari. And the second reason is that assume that white will win the call. If you start the call here and then white win the call, your stone here, place that in here. It should be better your stone place that in here, right? It's still somehow helping these two black stone. For example, in the future, black may play an extension. And actually this white stone in the center still don't have two eyes and may be attacked by black.
If it so happens that the ladder, or one of the ladders, is not favorable, that's okay. White can always play this extension. Black will connect, and white will still get a chance to live at the bottom. The only difference being that the life won't be as comfortable as before. So white will extend once again. Black can block like this. And then, for example, white will jump. Black extends. And white can play something like this. And next, white can either live here at the bottom or escape into the center. Notice that the black shape on the outside is a lot stronger and thicker than the one before after the wedge. And if you still think that this is a little too easy for white, let's go back and I'll show you one little AI suggestion. After white extends, black connects, and white extends again, black has the option of being a little more sneaky. Black can attach here first, just to see how white will respond to this, and then decide how we are going to respond to this invasion. For example, if white responds the normal way, now we can go back to this invasion, but instead of playing here, we can respond from the right side. And now if white goes this way, then black blocks, and now this Hane goes right into this shape. See the trap? So in an actual game, white might have to ignore this attachment and place something like this here to destroy the bottom area completely, but to allow black to destroy the corner like this. And this could be an exchange. Okay, I'm getting a little distracted here. So
let's talk about the variation he just mentioned. Here, he mentioned that black playing the push, white playing the jump, and then this would result to this variation, and then A and B become a MI, but black probably. But remember that here there may still be a core. So in this variation, white is more poor, but white did destroy all the territories of black. Another variation that was very popular is actually black did play the Hane here. Because here there is a trick that invented by top professional players maybe 30 or 40 years ago, and this move is what we think to be a countermeasure to this extension. Actually, nowadays we cannot see top players playing this variation because they don't think this could result to good result. And one of the variation they research is that after black played this variation, here, if white try to leave this edge, then black extend. Well, they think black extend destroy the white territories, and white territories on the edge is also very limited. So this is not a good result for white. What they are afraid is that white could play the diagonal move. Then, if black connect, white connect, white secure a large piece of territories. If black extend, then white could cut. However, 30 or 40 years ago, the top professional players have invented this move, and this is also what AI suggested, because it makes sense. After white block, black playing here. If white Atari, black could play a double Atari to destroy the corner. And so facing this move, white may need to play some counter attack, and this become an exchange. And just now he mentioned the attach. This attach idea I think is invented by AI. I don't think humans have played this idea before because this is exchange, and it's hard to determine which side is better. But what he mentioned is right. If white block here now and black block the edge, now black could get a tiger mouth. Getting this tiger mouth is very comfortable. So yeah, white may need to play the counter attack. Interesting. I also learned something new.
Let's go back and let me show you one last option that black can play after this white invasion into the Daidai-Geima. I've modified this position just a little bit, so let's say black has a little more potential behind this shape, and white still invades. Black will still cover, but now after white plays here, black has the option of sometimes, instead of connecting here, block like this, to keep this territory instead of building the wall. Then white will push here, black blocks, Atari, black connects, white connects, and black needs to fix this weakness. This is possible, but usually it's done in a more elegant way like this. This move still takes care of the weakness because if white wants to cut, there's always a ladder that goes this way. And the black stone in the corner that got cut off still has some aji there, so white would need to come back and add another stone there. In the past, professionals would play it like this. Today, the AI suggests playing here. And what happens if black now believes he's invincible and still decides to jump into the corner? And I'm afraid this is going a little too far from the original invasion, so I'm going to have to show you this in one of the next courses. By the way, you can also watch these lessons on our platform.
Okay, so again, he did make some mistakes here. This is a very common variation. Not only you could achieve with this variation, you could also achieve with white playing the edge first and then black playing the Atari and block. You could result to the same variation. However, to my understanding, after the research we have done, in most of the cases, connecting this one is better. But he mentioned the situation because he mentioned that there would be a strong influence and black need to defend the royal. if you have this assumption at first, then why not Black just playing the bamboo joint to defend the edge at first? You can actually just playing the bamboo joint to defend the edge at first. The reason why this may not be good is that I think you are just hurting this stone. You are just hurting this stone. If you just play the bamboo joint, you are not hurting this stone, and after white jump, Black could get the invasion much more easier. And the second mistake that he made is that he said that the knight move is more elegant, but it's wrong. The reason why is that in the future, after the Hane and Cornet, the clamp and the cut is problematic, and Black may need to play one more move to defend the defect. While if Black simply play a Cornet, then the clamp is weaker. The clamp is weaker. Considering if there is an influence here, Black could probably play an extension. If this is the knight move, then white could cut. But if this is Cornet, Black could let. So, well, maybe it's more elegant, and maybe it looks that the knight move could surround one or two more knights. In this shape, actually, Cornet may be better. So, don't always memorizing shape. Sometimes it will be worth due to some subtle detail. And yeah, so I have tried to go deep with the variation he mentioned it and the knowledge I know about this shape a lot. I filmed a very long video. I may cut it to a shorter ones, but I still give out a lot of knowledge and information here. And lastly, to this variation, if the edge is really big, you can always consider A, and you can actually consider playing the attach or free invasion directly. Or even you can consider the attach, shoulder hit, jump. Well, indeed, you have so many choice. And indeed, if you really like the attach, I will want to ask, what do you want to achieve with the attach? When you play the attach, you need to know the best function for this move is indeed getting influence here. Because you are obviously blocking the white and you are trying to get some influence on the center. You need to understand the greatest purpose of this move. Because if you simply would like to defend the edge, or you want to get some exchange or territories, you did have other choices instead of the attach. So, I hope this video is helpful, and thank you for watching. See you again in the next video.